MovieWeb.com.
I want to ask you, after 30 years of work, how easy or difficult is it for you to find something new that challenges you artistically and is also fun for you to come out and do?
Difficult. I think that certainly in the business, there's less and less movies being made, less and less independent films being made, and a lot of times in the independent films, that's where you find the characters that are, interesting, unusual, things that you haven't really approached before. I think that I read good scripts. It's not like there aren't good scripts out there. That's sort of a misnomer. I think that there are good movies, but to actually get somebody to pay for them and get them set up is difficult. So if something like this comes along, and I think I shot it in 4 or 5 days, and it's a cool character, and he's got a certain style that I haven't necessarily really approached before in film. I was like, great, let's go down and do it.
What did you see in Dan Devereaux that you hadn't really seen in any of your characters before?
Well, I don't know if it's something that I've never approached at all before, but I really liked the kind of band leader side of it. I liked the time period and that world. I had been doing a couple of guys in a row that were very restrained, held in, from Frost Nixon, and the Taking Chance was a HBO movie that I'd done, and The Woodsman. They were all characters who held everything inside, and this guy Dan Devereaux is just kind of out there. You know what I mean? He plays music, he loves women, he hangs out on the road. He's definitely a philanderer, but he's not a bad guy. He loves his wife, and it just seemed like it would be fun, just kind of to lighten it up a little bit.
Well, I was going to say, over the years, you haven't taken on too many comedies. What was it about this particular comedy that appealed to your own comedic sensibilities?
I think that, well, first off, on the comedy side, there was a time when I was doing a lot more of it, and the interesting thing about Hollywood is that you have to be careful about doing something more than once, because then people say, oh, well, he's the serious guy, and that's it's something that you really want to break out of and you want to shake up. And part of why I wanted to do the film was just to do something that was a little bit more comedic, because of course I really, really enjoy that. It's a lot of fun. It's difficult, certainly in film work, because if you're doing a stage play, you get a chance to figure out where the laughs are and understand the humor, because you have an audience to dance with every night. In a film, you don't really get a chance to do that. In fact, if the crew is laughing, chances are it's not going to be funny when the movie comes out. So you have to really go a lot on sort of instincts, and also hope that you have a good editor. And I don't think that this film is what I would call a straight out and out sort of comedy. I mean, it's not like I have a lot of kind of jokes and setup and joke, but I think that it is fun to try to approach things just in terms of the genre and the kind of film that aren't quite as serious all the time.
Well, do you think the Funny or Die skits that you did opened more people's eyes to how funny you could be? I mean, because those things were hilarious when I saw them.
Yeah, well, I reached out to Funny or Die because I felt like I did want to sort of lighten things up, and Adam McKay and those guys over there, we sat down and they had a lot of really, really funny ideas that they pitched me. The great thing about something like Funny or Die is that you get a chance to do sort of a new form of entertainment, a 2 or 3 minute, bit that can live on the web, and it's something that when I first started out, that there was no such thing as a 2-minute movie or a 2-minute comedy sketch. I mean, on television there was, but not as something that you would watch over and over again. And so, the two that I did for Funny or Die were really a lot of fun. We shot them both in a day, and I hope to explore that more with them. But yeah, that's exactly why I did it, was just because I felt like I don't want to always be Mr. Super Serious guy.